Okay, in preparation of determining what types of angles we have there, we are going to look at this right here. Two people at points X and Y. So we have people here. So I have a person at X and I have a person at Y. Cite an airplane A. What is the angle of elevation from X to A? So the angle of elevation from X to A. So you start at X and you draw a horizontal. So we start at X. So your first step is to start at X and draw your horizontal. An angle of elevation goes up and an angle of depression goes down from that horizontal. The angle of elevation from X to A, there's your line of sight. You're looking from X to A, and that is 35 degrees. What is the angle of depression from A to X? So here we are starting at A. So since we started at A, so start at A and draw a horizontal. So there's our horizontal. Now we're going from A to X. So our line of sight, that's A to Y. A to X is right here. And that angle right there is 23 plus 12. 23 plus 12 is 35 degrees. So the angle of elevation from X to A is 35 degrees. The angle of depression from A to X is also 35 degrees. We need to find the angle of depression from A to Y. So go ahead and try that. Try D, which is the angle of elevation from Y to A, and then also try the measure of the angle of elevation from Z to A, and is it greater or less than 35? Okay, greater or less than 35. So go ahead and press pause, and I'll come back and get the answers. So our answers, what is the angle of depression from A to Y? That's 23 degrees. Our angle of elevation from Y to A is also 23 degrees. And you can notice that the closer you get, so Y to A is 23 degrees, X gets closer. Now we're at 35 degrees. Z is even closer. So Z is going to be, from Z to A, it's going to be greater than 35 degrees. Greater than 35 degrees. Okay, the lines shown are horizontal and vertical lines except for HT and HG. So all the other lines. So our horizontal lines are there in yellow. Our vertical lines are in green. HT and HG are neither horizontal nor vertical. Give the number of the angle and its special name when a person at H cites T. So a person at H cites T. Well, H to T, at H, we draw our horizontal. So that is going to be angle 2, and it's an angle of elevation. It's an angle of elevation. So now that I've done the first example, you try the next 3, and I'll come back and I'll provide the answers. Actually, you'll probably come back because you're pressing pause, and we'll give you the answers. Okay, a person at H cites G. So we start at H, we draw a horizontal, cites G, that's an angle measure of angle 3, and it's an angle of depression. It's an angle of depression. A person at T cites H, T to H. So we're starting at T, so at T we draw our horizontal. That's angle 5, and that is also an angle of depression. And a person at G sights H. So at G, that's where we're starting. We draw our horizontal. It's going to be angle 8, and that is an angle of elevation. An angle of elevation. So a person at G sights H. From the horizontal, we have to go up to H. So there you go. Now,